And today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Tron Legacy figures. Today we're going to be looking at Clu. Clu was the program created by Flynn in the very first Tron movie. And though really not much is explained of Clu in the sequel, I'm really excited about seeing the Tron movie. Very excited. The figures are brought to us by a lesser-known company, Spin Master. I don't remember much that Spin Master has produced, but I'm surprised that they got the license for the Tron figures. Now these have just popped up in Canada. These have just popped up now in Walmart. Surprisingly enough, Toys R Us has not carried these yet. I know in the States, I believe, you guys are getting them at Toys R Us, but so far the only place that I have found these is at my local Walmart. Packaging is very cool. We've got the Tron Legacy. Shame it didn't really stick with the Tron 2 logo that we saw at the Comic-Con teaser. And they instead tacked on Tron Legacy. But very excited about getting this set. Getting this set open up, and of course seeing the movie. Backside, there's really not much there. There's really not a lot going on there. It gives you contents in case you don't have eyes and you can't see that there's stuff in there. Of course, it's got a light up feature as well. I'll get into that when I get the package open up. But really it doesn't say anything on the back. I mean, missed opportunity really to have the figures in this wave, other toys that you can pick up as well. But at any rate, that's package on Clu. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up and we will have ourselves a look at the figure. Stay tuned. And just before we actually start reviewing this figure, it's remarkable how much you actually get with each figure. You get a very hefty set of instructions. Really? Do we need this much? Of course, it shows it at the top there how to change out the batteries. It takes 3 1.5 volt batteries, LR41s. And inside they just got, I guess, a series of different languages. Clearly they've went the route of releasing one package and one set of instructions worldwide instead of just doing, you know, American style packaging or, you know, European style packaging. I'm just moving the camera around a bit. All right, let's have a look at Clu. His accessories are a couple. One thing, we've got ourselves a katana blade. I don't remember having seen it yet in the trailer where he uses the katana blade, but it does come with that. And of course, he comes with his ID disc. Very small, but really for its size, it's about the size, I guess, of a Cheerio that I've just dropped. Oh boy. But it is quite small. Very small. There's a little bit of yellow that they've applied on there, just a little bit of the light. Now, unfortunately, Clu itself has a peg on the back where they've put the button for his light up feature. Unfortunately though, you can't put his ID disc on it. It just, had the button just been a little bit longer, just a little bit, you could have actually put the ID disc on the back. So that is a bit of a shame, because really for how small this is, guaranteed this, my friends, right here would get lost. Could have gone right there. As well, I've got Clu here on his display stand. Nice reflective display stand. You know, it's funny, we've actually got quite spoiled by 3 3/4 inch figures now that have come with little stands. Certainly if you compare them over to some of the things that came out before, like the 25th anniversary G.I. Joes that didn't have stands, you kind of start appreciating the fact when you do actually get them with figures. But not much really to be said. It's got 2 peg holes. He's got 2 pegs. He's got 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet here. And let's have a look at Clu. I like the figure. I do like the figure. It feels light. It definitely does feel light. It feels like they're using, excuse me, they're using actually a different style of plastic. It doesn't feel like there's like a lot of, I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's a lot to the figure. I think it feels rather light. And of course, he's got no articulation from the head to the leg area, solely because this whole area is the light up portion of the figure itself. Going back to the button on the back here, and of course the battery compartment where you can change out the batteries. If you press this button here, you see the figure, a little faded unfortunately, but the figure's chest area does light up. Now the downside is, I'm sure maybe I just grabbed a figure. I know watching other reviews, this light up feature isn't very bright at all. Certainly doesn't also help the fact that you've got a try-me hole right there where you can actually keep pressing the figure. I'm sure by the time I picked up this particular figure, numerous children have probably pressed it. Hey mom, look at this, it lights up! Meanwhile the poor battery is dying on Clu. But it is definitely, it's not very bright. It isn't very bright at all. The black, I do like the black in the head, in the actual mask of Clu. It's a shame really that that same black wasn't carried over through the rest of the figure, because the rest of the figure is a bit of more of a matted black, as you can see there. Just to give you guys, show you guys the accessories here. Put the katana in his hand, and we'll get his identity disc. And you can put that in his hand as well. And so it certainly holds his weapons quite easily. Take the weapons out of his hands. In the way of Clu's articulation, he has a ball-jointed head. He has ball-jointed shoulders. You can also rotate at the upper. It's strange. It's actually not articulated in the bicep area, but more so right above the shoulder ball joint. You can also bend at the elbow. You can rotate the forearm, and you can rotate the hand. As I mentioned, no articulation at all in this area here, just due to the electronics. But you can bend his legs out, back and forth. You can rotate at the upper thigh. You can bend the knee. It looks to be only a single point of the knee. You can also rotate the leg. You can rotate the foot, and you can also bend the foot as well. So for how small they are, they definitely are articulated. And I think Spin Master did an excellent job of at least giving us super articulated figures. The downside though, yeah, the coloring could be a little bit better. I certainly feel like the black is not as properly conveyed on this figure, and it could have been just a tad bit darker. Also, real shame that this identity disc doesn't actually peg into the back of the figure. But that aside, it's a good figure, and I love the fact he's got a display stand that we can put these guys on display. I am going to give Clu a 5.5. Quite excited that I picked these guys up. Definitely looking forward to getting the other Matrix. I was going to say Matrix. The other Tron figures reviewed. And in the meantime, today's toy spot, we were having a look at the Spin Master Tron Legacy figures. Today we were looking at Clu. Very cool. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.